Hello, my name is Zhatelier and welcome back to another episode of Last Kingdom in Aurora 4X, and I'm gonna be honest here, we're gonna do some ship designing today. We're not gonna progress the time at all, so I have no idea how long the episode is gonna be. But the problem is, well, first of all, we've done a time skip of about 3 years now in between the episodes here, and it's been taking about 20 hours of gameplay, more or less, so yeah, it's taken a while. And there's probably not going to be an episode tomorrow, just to give myself a little bit of time to get through this. The plan is, for the next episode, for us to finally start fighting against the enemy defenders at Diamond. So they got two of point defense platforms, as far as we know those are point defense platforms, and then they got a lot of SDOs in there. Now we do have a secret weapon. We have gotten the... actually it's probably easiest to show here. We've gotten the... not power plant, railgun. 25cm railgun, so it has a range of... and we've got the launch velocity of 50, so... or 50,000 kilometers, which means that we can fire up to 250,000 kilometers range with these particular railguns. Which means that we can fire on the enemy lancers before they can fire on us. And that should help a long way. Although the accuracy is going to be total garbage on that level. Now I did go through some of the ships, I believe, last episode, although I'm not entirely sure. But let's just quickly go through the things that we've designed. So I'm pretty sure that I did go through the updated Squire Hornets and Porcupines and all that, so Porcupine has some ghost turrets now. They're not particularly great turrets yet, but it's not too bad. And then we've done a Cossack for the House Romanov. So it's a destroyer escort. It has 2 railguns for point defense and 2 railguns for maybe a bit more like anti-fighters and like... keep enemy from ramming our ships and that sort of stuff. But it's mostly going to be more of a like defending our... or at least for the House Romanov, it's going to be sort of a ship defending the support vessels and that sort of stuff, more like, or more than attack vessel. Then in Escort we got a men-at-arms design, which is actually... well, it's the Hand of the King's vessel. It has a decent armor, but it has one of the large railguns and 2 of the mid-sized railguns. So it has pretty hefty weaponry, to say the least. And these can be used for example, bombarding the enemies from afar. Now we don't have any shipyards capable of building... actually no, we do have a shipyard that is capable of building these, but it is the House Romanov shipyard. But yeah, this would be probably useful for bombarding the enemy capital right now. It doesn't have a massive armor or anything like that, so it can't really take a lot of hits. Again, it's more of an escort ship, as it says on the classification. Then we got the expendable fighters, which is just basically an engine. And that's about it. We got 4 of them right now, so that's enough for 1 carrier, which actually, let's have a look over here. We'll look at the Pigeon B, because that's the one that we've been building. So it does have jump drive, and it has a hangar deck, so it can have 4 fighters. Then it seems to be working just fine. The fighters do have pretty good speed, and that should help a long way. Then it has a little bit of shields, fair bit of armor, deployment time of 12 months. Has a fair bit of major supply points, but it doesn't have any weaponry. Also has a decent bit of fuel, although... okay, it is actually a decent bit, considering that the fighters don't use all that much fuel at all. So that should be good. And then we got some light cruisers. We got Panther, which I think I may have shown, but it has a large lance and 2 large beams as its weaponry. It has a decent armor. It has some bulkhead armor for extra hit points, so it gains 40 hit to kill, or internal hit points, for yeah, from the magazines basically. And then yeah, it does have some shields and that sort of stuff. It's a decent vessel, I think. has pretty hefty... Oh, it's one of the heavier ships that we have right now. Aside from the assault transports, the Pelicans, which... Well, the 20 kilotons, they're relatively speedy at least. Or there's the same speed as all the rest of the ships. But yeah, then we got Paladin, which is another Hand of the King's vessel. And again, 10 kilotons, it has the same amount of magazines and the shields. It has a bit different weaponry. So it has the particle lance, and then it has 2 of the big railguns. So it's a bit different. But it should work just fine. And yeah, it has roughly the same range. And then we got the House Alexandrus' Pilum, which well, it has a little bit less range. But for the most part, all these light cruisers are the same basic design, so we can build any of them from any of them, essentially. Then, well, we did upgrade the Blue Shark, but there's not much in there. Like, we added a lance in there. And that's about it. Then, hold on, was there? There's a recon craft. So those are mostly the... Oh, right, and frigates, there we are. So we got the Lynx and Cavaliers. So from Lynx we can actually build the Cavaliers, but not the other way around. Then we got House Alexandrus' Gallia class frigate. It has a fair bit of magazine, all the bulkhead armor, and it does have some shields and all that sort of stuff. The weaponry is ghost turrets. Has 4 of them. And yeah, this is mostly like a point defense ship to aid the Pilums. So the House Alexandrus doesn't actually have any of the 5 kiloton ship designs right now. And then we got Drazina for the House Romanov, which is... Well, it has 3 of the big railguns. So it will be able to deal a fair bit of damage, but it doesn't have all that great fire control for them. Like, at the max range of the railguns, first of all, they won't be doing all that much damage. At the same time, yeah, the accuracy is going to be really bad, considering that the enemy does have electronic countermeasures, so it won't be able to fire much on the enemy ships from that far away, or basically won't be able to hit at all at that far, but at close range, up to 50,000 kilometers, it can do a lot of damage every 20 seconds. So assuming that every bullet hits, which actually, well, at 50,000 it's going to be about 80% chance, so not all of them are going to hit. But let's say that each of the railgun's bullets hits, it's going to do 20 hit points of damage per railgun. So with 3 of them, it's going to be 60 hit points every 20 seconds, so it is a decent damage output for sure. Right, but today we will be designing some new ships for... Actually, we'll start with the House Orlanco. So we'll go... New ship class. I don't have the names for these yet, so... Well, you'll need to bear with me, but it's probably going to be... We'll go with the Destroyer. Or maybe it could be Corvette. We'll go with the Corvette. We'll just put in the letter in front, and then we'll change the name eventually. But for this, we're going to probably go with the 9-month deployment time, as has been usual. Go maybe... We'll try with 5 layers of armor. Now this is going to have a bit different engines from the most of the others, so it's going to have thermal reduced engines for a bit of stealth, and it will have an electron intelligence module, only one of them. Actually, I wonder, command and control, do we have the combat information center? I don't remember what exactly that does. Let me actually just quickly open the wiki and we'll do this live. Again, I have no idea how long this particular episode is going to be. Probably a bit longer than the usual, because there are a handful of ships that we'll be designing here. Let's see. Modules. The Combat Information Center allows assignment of tactical officer to the ship who will apply his tactical bonus to various combat-related functions. And it does increase the minimum rank. Okay. That's not exactly what we are looking for. I mean, the electronic intelligence module is the one that we wanted to have on this. These are basically going to be kind of survey vessels, or kind of like intelligence vessels, so we don't need to use the manta rays as much. Now, it's not going to have as long range for getting the intelligence, but the intelligence gathering speed is going to be the same. So we'll put in one of those, then we'll add in also how... Okay, the thermal signature is 552. That is a fair bit. Unfortunately, we don't have any cloaking modules, do we? Have we got on even the basic designs for them? Cloaking device? No, we haven't. Okay, so we can't put cloaking devices. That's fine. Right, then we're going to have to put in some engineering already. We'll put in at least 3. This won't have a massive weaponry, but I'm going to put in, let's say, 1 particle beam. Or 1 lance, actually. We'll put in one of the smaller lances. And then we'll put in a size 5 reactor and standard fire control. So we still have a little bit extra. We can probably put in at least some fuel. Start with that, so we'll add in another large fuel. Now, for hit points, it's not necessarily good to have 2 large ones, but it does lower the cost of the ship, so probably going to go with that. This is not going to be like a frontline ship. It's not going to be doing a lot of damage necessarily. Another thing that I'm going to put in is electronic countermeasures. Just so that it's going to maybe be able to survive a bit more enemy hits. Also, it doesn't have thermal... Ooh. How much is the... So that's 500 tons. Oh. But we can't do more. Okay, we're not going to put in the countermeasures there then, because we won't have enough room for extra supplies. I mean... Actually, let's see. If we put that back and we can maybe get a little bit of maintenance storage, like 1 small one. Oh, wait, no. We wanted to put in the ECM back. There we go. So if we put 1 there, so that would be enough for at least 2 repairs. It's probably engine repairs, actually. Which isn't massive. It doesn't have a lot of hit points. Like, hit to kill is 29, and it does have some armor at least. But yeah, if it's in combat, it's going to get destroyed rather easily. It does have the 30 billion kilometer range, not billion, million. Yeah, it has a decent, well, the standard range more or less. Let's see, if we add in another small... Okay, so that lowers the range a tiny bit as expected. Now we're back to 30 billion. I'm actually tempted to change these to just 10 regular fuel storages. It's going to be more expensive to build, but the extra hit points will make a difference if it goes to combat. Now, it doesn't have thermal sensors, which is a problem. It doesn't have active sensors either. Oh no. Okay, that's bad. Okay, I don't think we can have the ECM, because we do need some sort of active sensors in here. I'll go with the smaller ones. It's less likely to be spotted by the enemy. Because signature versus passive detection is only 21. Now, to be fair, it doesn't have all that long range either, so... But it's enough for the beamfire. That should be fine. So we have a little bit extra now. I'm going to put in one of the magazines. Just to add in the extra hit points there. And we're going to need some thermal sensors, so we'll put in one of those. We've got a decent bit of MSP here. The annual failure rate isn't too bad. We've got, what, 11 tons, so basically about 10 tons. I think we can put in a small fuel, maybe. And there we go, we're back to 5 kilotons ship. So yeah, this will be more or less the weaponry. Like, it's not meant to be a massive fighting vessel. It's more of a scout. And then we have... Actually... Ooh. I just realized something. How about... Well, we're going to do another one for the House Orlanco. So let's create a new ship. You're going to be probably Destroyer Escort. And what you are going to have is... It's going to be point defense, but first of all, we do want to set up a jump drive on this. Do we have... there you are. The 5 kiloton one, also that one is something that we can obsolete now. Not that we'll be using it much anyway. But yes, let's get 5 kiloton jump drive. 9 months of deployment. Put in the at least 4, maybe... We'll go with 5 layers of armor. It's not too bad yet. Then we are going to put in the thermal reduced engines for these as well. And then... I'm going to put you... or give you the active sensors there. So you've got the jump drives, you're going to have the point defense. The question is, do we go for ghost turrets or railguns? The railguns are going to have both are going to have very low range. Railgun might be cheaper, to be fair. That's only 5.2, whereas the ghost turret would be 32. Okay, so for the sake of keeping the cost lower, I'm going to get at least 3 of these. Then we get a power plant of 10 points. And then we need to have the... Actually, the point defense fire control doesn't do much. In this case. Well, let's say we go with the standard one then. That's not a lot of railguns though. Okay, how about we switch the power plant, where you are, to the 15 one over here. Even though it's only gas-cooled flash reactor, it's still actually very good compared... Well, it has the 20% power boost, so it is not as expensive as, say, the 20 of Stellaris fusion. So that's going to give us a bit more room. I'm going to put in 1 more railgun. So that's going to be 4 railguns. And then we're going to start putting in some extra fuel and that sort of stuff. Although actually, ooh, that's a fair point. I'm not going to have as much room over here for the... Okay. No, we're going to go with 3 instead and remove that. Put in the Stellaris reactor 10 back and then get another 10 regular fuel storages. Then get the 2 engineering spaces that we probably need and a bit more maintenance storage. And then the fighter fuel storage. So they should be more or less similar enough, at least in the letter over here. Just so that we know who it belongs to. I'll be getting the names later today, hopefully, so in the next episode they will be renamed. But yeah, they should be very similar in a lot of things, so it's probably possible to build one from the other. Or at least from... Actually... Yeah, if we set it to the Corvette, it's gonna be probably possible to build the destroyers, although there's a fair bit of difference in there. Like, sure enough, the engines are the same, the armor is the same, deployment time is the same. Is the crew members... Okay, there's actually a little bit less crew members on the Corvette. This one doesn't have the... Oh, right. Well, I guess it's alright. We don't have any... Do we have any thermal... No, we do have thermal sensors on the Scout one. Okay. Or the Corvette. And this one doesn't have a lot of sensors. I mean, it does have the active sensors. It should be able to fire on incoming missiles at least. Now, it only has 3 railguns. Maybe we'll actually reclassify this as a destroyer leader. And then we'll make another design without the jump drive. So we'll copy the class. You can be a destroyer. Or destroyer, I don't know, destroyer escort maybe. And then we'll take the jump drive away and we can fit in a little bit more railguns. Put in those and then we can get the fast fuel reactor there. And then we can probably put in some extra... I'll put in some thermal sensors, I reckon. I mean, we could even go for the big thermal sensors. It's going to allow us to spot the missiles a bit further away if need be. Not entirely sure if this thermal sensor is going to give us the tracking speed or not. Or the bonus for tracking. Probably not. But yeah, it has now 5 railguns. So this will be much better for point defense. And actually, is there something that we'd possibly want here? Hold on. Looking at the modules here again, so... Let's see, bridge. Well, bridge is a must. Auxiliary control. 1 hull size allows the assignment executive officer who will apply his full crew training bonus. Okay, science department. Well, we don't need science departments. Main engineering, chief engineer apply engineering bonus to affect maintenance and damage control. Ooh, actually, that might not be terrible. Combat information center. Tackle bonus to various. Right, then. Primary flight control is for carriers, so we don't need that one. So no, there's not really much in terms of these. I mean, maybe the combat information center. At the same time, I'm not entirely sure if I want to increase the rank or rank of these rather than the jump drive ones. So actually, destroyer leader, you are going to be senior CEO. That increases the rank a tiny bit there. Because that is the destroyer leader anyway. Right, so this one. Just rename this. Well, we'll keep the copy in there for the time being. I'm not going to bother with the name quite yet. So yeah, we got the railguns. We could probably, concerned that this is probably going to be firing at a lot of missiles. I may want to set up a bit more maintenance supply points there. Also, we do have... No, actually, we don't have the magazines in this one. I will put in 1. And then get a maintenance storage. And what else could we get? Well, I suppose we could get some longer range EM sensors as well. That actually takes it too far. Actually, we replace those with just the small... Oh! No. Small ones. And then a tiny... There we go, so we have a little bit more MSP. It does increase the maintenance life, but it's mostly the railguns, when firing, will break, most likely. So there we go, we got the corvettes. Now let's go and get a frigate. I'll probably copy this one right now. I'll just copy that, rename that to E-Links copy, and we'll replace the engines. So this is not something that can be built from the regular shipyard. Wait, no. It needs 3 of the smaller ones. There we go. Now it fits the speed. There we go. Then the EM sensors is probably fine. What I'll probably do is... The weaponry might change on these. I will probably keep the armor rating the same and deployment time the same. We got the bigger active sensors. That might be okay. We may want to get some... Well, we got some spotting range on the sensors. Although I'm kind of tempted to put in the bigger one, or bigger thermal sensor there, and then we can probably get rid of the weaponry first. And that we will have some sort of weaponry in here, but we'll figure that out in a little bit. So for this one, we do have damage control. Good. We don't necessarily need more EM sensors. So we got those. We've got a fair bit of MSP. Got 5 of those, but it's probably mostly because of the engineering spaces, actually. Got 2 bulkhead armors. I think I'll keep those. Now let's see, what sort of weaponry do we want? We could set up some railguns in here. Looking at the time, well actually, Okay, well there is going to be an episode tomorrow, because I'm going to put in a car after this ship is done. And we're going to do next part of shipbuilding designs. Just to, you know, get some easy episodes, because these have been taking a long while to get to. But hopefully once we start fighting the enemy capital, we can actually get some few episodes from that. But yeah, let's complete this design first before we go to outro or anything like that. So, countermeasures is something that we probably do want to have here. I think what I will do is, yeah, I'll get some of those bigger railguns. And we don't have the power production for those right now. So here's the thing. That would be 68 tons, that's 93 tons. Pretty sure that this is something that we don't need. That's 8 power. Yeah, no, we'll obsolete that one. And these are standardized sizes, just to keep it a little bit simpler. But they don't have a power boost, so it's a bit bigger reactors, but less likely to explode. Right, so we do need power. Do we go with just 2 railguns, or do we switch it up a little bit? Or do we add in, I don't know, a lance? How big is that? That's 500 tons for the lances. That's probably not a good option then. Just looking at... like, this one would be something that we could probably afford, but that would also require the... yeah, no, I don't want to put in the particle beam here with the railguns. Necessarily, so yeah, we'll just go with 2, I think. Oh, we could probably put in... well, no, that's also a bit too big. Yeah, no, we'll go with 2. And that one, so we'll have a bit extra room in here. So the countermeasures, adding a second one will probably not do anything. Let's just make sure. Yeah, no, it doesn't. I mean, other than an extra, just in case. But yeah, we'll have those. I suppose we could increase the range a tiny bit. Add in maybe another magazine for the extra hit points. Ooh, do we have shields in this? No, I don't think we do. Of course, shields take 600 tons of, well, was it 500 tons? Anyway, it takes a lot of tonnage, so that might not be an option. Unless we lower the thermal sensors a little bit. So we go for that one. Let's put in the shield here just in case. Although shield is very visible on the sensors. So maybe we don't go for shields, actually, after all. Could we add in an extra layer of armor, then? We could. What about a second layer? Second layer is too much. An extra layer of armor is actually not a bad idea. We'll probably put in some... oh, we got a lot of maintenance supply points, but yeah, I'm just going to add in a little bit more. So we've got another 100 tons of space to deal with. Did we add in the magazine? Got 2 of them right now, let's add in a 3rd one. And then we could probably get some more fuel storage. There you are. Put in a tiny one instead and remove one of those fighter. Oh no. Okay, so there's something that is slightly awkward size. But there is a way to go around that. Let's just put in a... is it fighter? Yeah, the fighter one takes it a bit around. And then we can probably put in a small one. Nope. Okay, there we go. Now it's set up the exact size. More or less. So yeah, we got this one. So yeah, probably gonna have to put an account in here. So next episode we'll do some more of, or actually we'll do the House Aurotine, which is actually latest addition to this. So we'll do some ship designs for them, and we might actually go for, in time, a tiny bit in that episode. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.